Namaste. I'm so happy to be sharing and talking about manifestation. I'm really glad I decided to, and so the ideas are really flowing. I'm filming a lot of these videos back to back because I have so much to share with you. Again, I'm sharing from my own reading over, well, decades, and my own practice of law of attraction. So from those two things. So the last video, I talked about clarity, okay? And then the next thing that came to me, that Spirit brought up, was that you have to believe. And this is a really deep topic, right? So you hear all the teachers say, you have to get clear, get clear, get clear, and you understand that, and say, and you're like, okay, I can manifest anything I want. So I want $25 million. But currently you're unemployed and you've had a lot of difficulties recently and you may be slightly depressed. Okay, this is very possible. It's not an impossible situation, right? But you say, I want $25 million, and I'm going to test the law of attraction. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you I would not start that way, because what I found is really key in manifestation is belief. And this actually makes me a little sad as I think about it. It's one of the things I wanted to share, actually. A story. I'm going to try to leave out anything that is too personal or that to the people who might see it. But I had a very dear friend many years ago, and we were friends from school, let's just say. And she was one of the friends who said to me, because things would happen for me. And she's like, things happened for you. Because I was saying to her, believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. And I was in a very positive frame of mind that whole period of months and years that I'm thinking of. And I said to her, you have to believe. And she's like, things happen for you. They don't happen. They don't happen for me. And this dear friend, she ended up suddenly becoming ill, literally within an hour or two, had an event happen, and like died within a few days. And she was still quite young. She was in her 40s, and no sign of it. It was a sudden thing, at least on the surface. The reason I bring this up in terms of believe is it brings me back to that, because this particular friend was not very happy in a lot of ways, okay? So that's why I don't want to give too much information about it. She was not happy. She shared with me as my best friend. She told me how she was unhappy, and I tried to help her and teach her these principles, to try them so that she could change her life into some ways that would make her happier. And she, as I said, did not believe it was possible. And, it was some years later, though not a huge long time, that she did pass away from, as I said, this sudden, medical event that just caught her off guard, caught family off guard, caught me off guard. And basically did go into a coma and then passed on. And I'll never forget it, because I really believe this, that, and even some of her family members acknowledged how unhappy she was, and that they felt that was also the cause of this. And I know it was. I could feel it, and this ties back in, and science will come to understand this more and more. I believe there is a new, it's a linking of the body, mind, and there's a medical name for this particular study of how our emotions and our mind affect our body. There is a name for it. It's like a subspecialty in medicine. It's relatively new. But as I said, for my friend, she was not able to believe that she could change her life in a way that would make her happier. And I believe that this illness was an outcome of that. So to then bring it back to now and to you guys and to sharing this with you, which again is not to say that I believe there are multiple causes for illness, okay? There are multiple causes, I believe, for any illness. But as I said, in this particular case, many of us felt it was her deep unhappiness. And so for you, in terms of manifesting what you desire, to at least feel good, more comfortable, happier, which is what I would love for you, you need to be able to get to a state of belief. So going back to the idea of saying, wow, I want $25 million. And if you're depressed and you're unemployed, would you be able to believe that? Don't start with something that you cannot believe, because then you'll say, well, this doesn't work. I can't get what I want. You see, I really wanted $25 million. I did all these techniques. It's 4 months. I don't have $25 million. Or it's a year. I don't have $25 million. Well, okay, you get my point. I'm sure most of you do. Belief is almost the whole crux of law of attraction. You have to get yourself to where you can believe. So let's see. So are there any tricks to that? I wrote down, that doesn't mean that I'm saying you can only achieve realistic dreams. What I'm saying is, in the beginning, just like if you were learning how to swim, I'm not going to put you in deep water. You're going to start in shallow water. You're going to start with the basics of swimming. You're going to build your confidence. So these techniques, it's like anything else. It's not so far out that it doesn't follow basic principles. So what I would say is start with something that you can believe as one of your first law of attraction projects. So, maybe what's comfortable for you is I get a job paying, $600 a week, $800 a week, $1,000 a week, whatever amount. It depends where in the world you are. It depends, do you live at home with your parents? Are you 16? So, and so you need less money because you live with your parents and you're a young person. So, pick something that is realistic only to begin manifesting, okay? Because you need that ability to believe. Now, a different scenario, if you're the type of person who, like me, I'm sort of like that. A lot of creative people are also like this. Here, let me move that camera a little bit. A lot of creative people are able to sort of make things up, right? So they can believe something that may seem outlandish. If you know you're that type of person, right? If you know you're that type of person, then start with something that feels a little big, that feels like a little bit of a stretch, okay? So let me recap. Belief is really important to manifesting the life of your dreams or manifesting particular goals. I feel it's almost, I can't think of a more central concept actually than belief. So what I'm saying is, if you know you're a little skeptical in the beginning, start with trying to manifest something simpler, something that you can believe can happen. As you grow stronger in your abilities and your trust, then go bigger and bigger in terms of what you desire, what you truly desire. Okay, so again, the clarity is important. As I mentioned in another video, I really, of course, admire Oprah. I think she's just amazing, what she's done, how many people she helps, as well as she seems pretty happy, except, her weight fluctuations seem to upset her, but other than that, she seems very confident, very happy. So saying that, I don't know actually how much her net worth is now, but let's say, oh God, it's probably a lot. I know it's billions. But, I know for myself I don't want billions of dollars. So, again, go back to belief, but go back to clarity for you. Don't ask for something you don't really want, because that's also important. That desire has to be there and the belief has to be there. So I brought up Oprah because you say, oh, wow, yeah, I just want to be like Oprah. I want to be a billionaire. But honestly, I don't want to be a billionaire and have to manage that much money. It comes with a certain amount of responsibility, certain amount, I think, of mental worry, and so on. So, you know, pick a goal that is what you want, okay? And so if you have questions, what I'm going to do with the videos is try to answer, like, perhaps the first few questions, but your comments and questions, and I didn't mention this before, but keep them positive, keep them supportive of others, and be well. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you.